Welcome to Brandon Debunks the World. So yeah, put on your swimmies because we're going to dive headfirst into the shallow end. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and visit us on Patreon, or the hospital's going to repossess my liver. For as long as humans have been, human, we've passed down stories and myths about the mysteries that visit us in the night, in that space between the waking world and the murky depths of the dreamscape. We have tales of strange shadow creatures lurking menacingly like Epstein's cellmate, terrifying paralysis with demons and witches perched on your chest. Even the alien abduction phenomenon and all its horrors in the modern age. For the sake of cynicism and being honest, I have a long personal history with lucid dreams, sleep paralysis, the phenomenon described as astral travel, and even alien abductions. I swear I'm not batshit crazy. I don't own crystals. I'm not even a vegan. If I was, trust me, I would have told you by now. We both know that. Let me explain why all of these occurrences humans have experienced are not only explainable, but the only witches are the ones inside your head. When I was 13, I found a book, Adventures Beyond the Body by William Bowman. It's a great book. This was before the intranet, a lawless land of bookstores, beepers, and phone booths. So you couldn't just watch a video that taught you 10 unbelievable techniques in 10 minutes to lucid dream tonight. This book, in short, taught the basics of getting into sleep paralysis, conquering the fear brought on by it, then using that creative headspace to leave the body, or something saying is completely separate, lucid dream. After a few months of nightly attempts, I succeeded in scaring the shit out of myself, at least a few times. The terror one feels waking paralyzed, knowing something was in the room, something menacing and dark, like a Clinton approaching from behind 2 days before your testimony, or feeling their whole being vibrate out of control while hearing the loudest of all noises roar in your head. Yeah, at 13, I thought I'd pulled a Lizard King, kind of broke on through to the other side, but this is where the story takes a turn for me. After about the 15th time reaching the diving board of fear and failing, while maxing out my Walmart birthday gift cards on new sheets, I finally made progress. I was able to push past the fear and realize in that moment, this is in my head. I am in control. The waves of humming noise slowly subsided. The attachment to the body breathing on its own was gone. I was free in what felt like being a spirit, to move freely beyond the body in this ether-like realm, seeing the bedroom awash in weird waves of energy. Bam! Slammed back into my body with a drip of piss coming out. That was my backseat prom night experience, and it was then I realized. Historically, people were really stupid. Can't figure out why every body part they poke hurts when it's their finger that's broken. Stupid, The incubus, the succubus, the old chest-sitting hag, the shadow and hat men, bedroom alien abductions, which I experienced in full-blown detail while in sleep paralysis, and even the death of young Hmong men in their sleep can all trace its roots to this state of mind. As we fall asleep at night, the body goes through phases as we work our brainwave frequency lower and lower. If you'll notice on restless nights, you constantly have an itch or a desire to move. This is called the rollover signal. It's the brain testing the body to see if you're awake. Ignoring this signal, remaining motionless, and staying focused to trick the brain, and you'll find yourself in sleep paralysis. Having a Burning Man Freak Out 10 experience for sure. The thing about this state of mind, the half-asleep, half-awake phase known as hypnagogic, is that the mind can dream a world and lay it over the real before your very eyes. That's why rule number 1 in sleep paralysis, don't open your eyes. Which everyone does, it's just instinct. And this is where the legends of old came to be. Whatever was on the collective subconscious of the world would manifest itself. If it was witches the village feared, then the hags sat on your chest at night stealing your soul. The stories told among the Hmong culture were so strong that it induced death from cardiac arrest in young men who had these experiences. They believed in an old witch who could steal your life so much, the mere thought of one in this state of mind manifested the outcome. In the modern era, you have two common themes, the alien abduction and the shadow or hat man. One owes itself to modern pop culture, and the other is just ingrained as a fear of the unknown in our room at night. With no more witches and vampires, or demons and succubi, we can only imagine a vague shadow or conspiracy where our fears were once placed, in the ghouls from our bedtime stories that now have no home. The night I personally succeeded, breaking past the fear and the demons, the shadows and the sensations, the witches and the incubi and the constant sheet washing, something happened that finally made me realize it was all in my head. At 3 a.m., I'm shook awake by a blast of vibration as I start to nod off. The whole bed is shaking, my mind is racing. The thunderous sounds wash over me like waves. I hear footsteps running through my home. I hear the crackle of fire. In that moment I instantly realize These are my greatest fears. To be invaded at night, to have my home burn, both primal fears. And suddenly, it all stopped with that thought. I felt weightless in a still void. I dared to slowly pry open my eyes, not knowing if I was going to be in a state of hallucinogenic lucidity, floating beyond the flesh, or looking into the face of a paralyzed nightmare of my own design. Saying fuck it, my eyes flashed open to behold something life-altering, something confirming on a spiritual level. I was staring face to face with a three-piece mariachi band, blasting my brain out with the whole ensemble. Comedically large sombreros, faces so close I could see the last mill on their mustaches. I closed my eyes, or what I thought were eyelids, and opened them to be above and to the left of my body that lay below. The band was gone. All was silent. It was me in the construct of my mind. I had turned the Hat Man, the Goblin, and the Boogeyman into cartel hitmen circa 1970 with guitars and trumpets. It's kind of sad the mysteries are fading, and the world that was once full of wonder and what-ifs has now become the world of logic, answers, and smart-ass comments on everything anyone has to say. I hate to be the one to piss on any campfire while a good ghost story is being told, but sadly, the ill-informed or superstitious person with no expectations or experience, waking up to find himself paralyzed, a shadowy figure in the corner coming to eat their soul, and well, by God, according to any culture pre-internet, that right there was a supernatural event and we need to call a priest, or at best a lawyer. Or at least burn a few old ladies at the stake and throw in an unwed mother for good measure. People have a fear of the unknown, and fear drives us, often away from confronting the logical. I overcame this fear and found a whole new realm in which to explore and create. It was and is life-changing. Sometimes not for the better, but with anything, overuse or for the wrong goal is often the road to stupid prizes. There's no need to be afraid of the dark, because even with a light, the darkness doesn't leave you. You just have something to illuminate your path. Thank you for watching Brandon Debunks the World. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and check us out on Patreon, or not. It's your call, no pressure. Comment down below, give us some ideas for more shows, or just vent from the safety of your basement about how wrong I am with no repercussions or, real-world consequences.